You ever wake up thinking it's just another quiet morning, coffee in hand, sun rising, only to find 3 police cruisers parked by your horse pond, lights flashing through the fog? Yeah, that's how my day started. And in the middle of it, Karen Martinez, HOA president, screaming at a cop, "He's violating animal regulations. Arrest him!" Meanwhile, my 4 horses, Thunder, Lightning, Storm, and Ranger, are just lounging in the mist, like they run the place. Karen's putting on a whole law and order performance, and I'm just standing there in my slippers. Then one of the officers squints at my horses and goes pale. "Wait, are these Border Patrol horses?" Suddenly Karen shuts up. For the first time since I moved in, my name is Jake Morrison. 6 months ago, I came back to my grandfather's old ranch outside Phoenix. 40 acres of peace and open sky. After 25 years in Border Patrol and losing my wife, Sarah. The horses, they're retired agents too. We served together. Every morning I lead them to the pond, let them splash around. It's the only time the world feels right. That is, until Karen, designer heels, clipboard, full righteous fury, marches across my yard like she owns it. "Mr. Morrison, your animals are in violation," she snaps, waving HOA paperwork at me. No livestock or work in animals without board approval. Never mind the faded sign by my fence. Federal Training Zone. She just scoffs. "Federal land, don't be ridiculous." Then gives me 48 hours to remove the horses or face legal action. Thing is, neither of us knew what she was about to start. That night my security cameras catch 2 men sneaking near my barn. 2:30 a.m., high-end gear, professional, disabling cameras, planting what looks like listening devices. This wasn't neighborly drama. It smelled like an op. The next day, my neighbor Tommy Chen, tech guy, good dude, shows me footage from his own cams. Same 2 guys, same car, traced it to a PI firm, Desert Eye Solutions. We dig a little deeper. Boom. Karen's name shows up. She hired them, all because of 4 retired horses. But this wasn't just spying. These guys had been tracking my routines, planting bugs. That's how the next move hit so hard. I get a certified letter 5,000 in fines. Accusations of illegal business operations. Disturbing the peace. Only way she knew all that. They'd been watching me for weeks. Then Maggie Sullivan knocks on my door. Sweet old widow, been here since my granddad built the fence. She hands me a weathered manila folder and says, "Jake, you need to know the truth." Turns out the pond isn't just federal land. It's been a Border Patrol training site since 1967. My grandfather wasn't just a rancher. He was a federal contractor. Those horses, still Homeland Security assets. Tommy kept digging. The PI Karen hired, Rick Johnson, was an ex-cop, fired for evidence tampering. Now he's uploading surveillance data on me to encrypted servers. This was turning into one of my old case files. I called Lisa Rodriguez, my old supervisor now with mounted patrol. She didn't hesitate. "We've been tracking cartel chatter. I'm sending Agent Maria Gonzalez. Stay alert." The next morning, Karen brings news crews to the community center. She's ranting about contractor abuse and dangerous animals, broadcasting my address, my routines, even footage of my horses to half of Arizona. Tommy calls, nearly panicked. "Jake, they're cross-referencing your property with satellite imagery. Encrypted chatters spiking. Rick's talking to people with burners and offshore ties." That night, SUVs start circling the neighborhood. Not the curious kind, the surveillance kind. By dawn, Agent Gonzalez arrives. Her words hit like a hammer. Your ranch is a hot target. Your routines, your horses, they're part of a trafficking operations planning route. Then Karen shows up again, this time with Dr. Sarah Kim from Animal Control, trying to expose animal abuse. Dr. Kim stays calm, professional. She examines the horses, calls out edited footage, fake timestamps, cropped weather data. Then she scans the horses' chips and looks at me. Mr. Morrison, these horses are registered federal assets. Any interference is a Homeland Security matter. Karen turns crimson. The cameras keep rolling. That's when Officer Bradley Williams arrives, fresh out of training. He sees my documents, radios, Border Patrol. Within minutes, this isn't an HOA squabble. It's federal jurisdiction. And just then, out of the desert, a teenage girl stumbles into view. Clothes torn, shaking, terrified. Maria Santos, the missing daughter of a Mexican judge, trafficked, hunted, barely 16. She collapses at my fence, gasping for help. Karen, in full meltdown, starts a Facebook Live, claiming I'm harboring an illegal immigrant, broadcasting Maria's exact location. Officer Williams shields the girl. Dr. Kim and I pull her to safety. But those black SUVs, they're closing in. 2 were feds, 1 wasn't. Tommy's at the fence line, yelling, "Border Patrol, 60 seconds out. Traffickers are closer." It was a race. Then, like something out of a movie, Border Patrol tactical teams roll in, guns drawn, helicopters overhead. Maria is secured. Traffickers are arrested. Commander Robert Thompson takes charge. Agent Gonzalez turns to Karen, cameras rolling, and says, "You fed surveillance data to a man selling it to traffickers. You've been an unwitting accomplice to international crime." Karen's phone is still live. The whole world watches her crumble. But here's the twist. Because of her reckless crusade, the traffickers moved too early. And that mistake saved Maria's life, and 3 other girls found nearby. 6 months later, Karen testified against Rick Johnson. Then she joined a trafficking survivor support network. She turned her guilt into action. My ranch, now the Southwest Border Community Education Center. Agents, officers, and civilians come here to learn how to stop this nightmare before it starts. Thunder, lightning, storm, and ranger, heroes again. This time they teach kids what real security looks like. And Maria? She went home, a survivor, a national voice for the voiceless. All because Karen tried to ban my horses. She kicked over a hornet's nest and uncovered a trafficking ring. Sometimes the fight you didn't ask for turns out to be the one that matters most. So if this story hit home, if you believe small actions ripple into something bigger, hit that like button, subscribe to Harper Stories, and tell us, where do you stand on justice, community, and second chances?